Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Force here, and today we will be checking out Skulls of the Shogun, the Bonafide edition. This is a fast-paced turn-based strategy game. It was originally a Windows 8 exclusive, however that exclusivity has been lifted. The game is coming to Steam with some updates, and I wanted to show you some gameplay and give you my general thoughts and impressions on the game. We're just going to start off here with a quick match. I'm going to do a match against an opponent on one of the smaller maps in this game. This game has over 30 multiplayer maps. It's actually pretty unbelievable. And this is a rather interesting turn-based strategy game. I have to say, I started playing this yesterday, and then I've been playing it all afternoon today. I'm having a lot of fun. This is a really engaging turn-based strategy game. Certainly much different from the other turn-based strategy game that we just took a look at, Shadowrun Returns, which is very story-driven with not a lot of gameplay. This is all gameplay, straight-up action, and I think a lot of you are actually really going to like this game. So let's start off with the basics. Turn-based strategy game, there are several different types of units. You basically have your general melee unit with strong defense, a decent attack. You've got your archer with weak defense and a very strong attack. And then you've got your cavalry with a medium defense and a moderate attack as well. But he's got a huge movement range. You can see when I click on these guys, the little dotted circle, that's their movement range. And he has got the biggest, the cavalry unit. So we start off with these basic units, and the ultimate goal is to eliminate the opposing general. So you've got your general, and there's an opposing general. You have to eliminate the opposing general using whatever means possible, either straight up killing him with damage or knocking him off a cliff, because you can knock enemies off cliffs in this game. Beyond the general attacking and movement of your units, there's also this meta game of resource control and summoning units. So we've got these rice paddies here, and we can haunt these rice paddies by using an action for a turn, and that will give us resource at the subsequent turn and any turn after that, as long as we have control of that paddy, and we can use that rice resource to summon in new soldiers. And it can also be used with certain monks, which are a specialty unit. Some of their strong abilities use rice as well. So let's just start off here. We're going to do some movements. I'm going to try to figure out what the best course of action is for me. My focus right now is in this first turn to try to get set up to take over rice paddies and shrines. I'm actually going to bring this guy over to the bridge so that in a future turn I can bring him down to these rice paddies. So that's going to be his move here. And then we're going to bring the archer up to this rice paddy. We're going to haunt it, and next turn we will then have control of it. We're going to bring this basic infantry unit up to this rice paddy. Haunt that, and then we are going to also haunt the shrine here. This is a mixed monk shrine, which will let us pick one of the 4 monks in the game once we have control of it next turn. And I do have one more move for the turn. The moves are indicated right up there at the top with those scrolls. So for my last move, we're going to move this guy up and bring him right over here. Okay, there we go. That is the end of my turn. Passing it over to the blue player. Let's see what he decides to do. So he's going to be probably just haunting a few rice paddies, haunting that shrine, and then moving a couple more of the units. Now, you'll notice I didn't move my general. It's a good idea to not move your general, at least for a few turns, because every turn you don't move him, he gets stronger in power. Notice that +1 that just went up over my general's head? That gives him actually an extra tick on a second banner, and once your banner fills up, when you get a second banner full, that gives you an extra action for a turn, which is pretty significant. Okay, so we got an increase in rice resource. We also now have control of the mixed monk shrine, so now we can pick one of the 4 monks that we'd like to use. There's a fox monk. He's a healing supporting monk, a salamander monk, long range fireball offensive monk. You can see he's got 1 defense and 6 attack. This guy's got 4 attack and 3 defense. We've got the crow monk with 5 attack and 2 defense. He's a trickster. He can blow enemies, knocking them off ledges. He can steal the opponent's rice. He's also got a few other tricks up his sleeve. And then we've got the Tanuki monk. This is actually a new monk to the Bonafide edition, which is the new upgraded version of this game that's coming to Steam. He's got a few interesting abilities. He can teleport units, enemy or friendly. He can also create ice puddles on our enemies, taunt enemies into attacking, and shield allies with a stone. I'm going to go with the basic healing monk. I find him to be quite useful, so we're going to go ahead and select him. And now we've got a brand new unit under our control. So I've still got only 5 moves for the turn, so now it's time to decide what I want to do. I think I'm going to bring this guy down over here, and we're going to take control of this rice paddy, give us some resource for next turn. And then I'm probably just going to focus up on top here. So what we will do is, now that I have control of these rice paddies and these shrines, I don't need to keep my units on them. So I can move my units off the paddies. The benefit though is if you decide to keep your unit on a rice paddy, he gets healed every turn that he's sitting on the rice paddy. But my units don't need healing because they haven't taken any damage yet. So, and oh, look at this, I found myself a little red potion. This is an attack potion, which will make my archer that much stronger, or whoever I decided to consume it with would become that much stronger. There's a shrubbery in this game that acts as like a defensive system. You're gonna notice I am now 20% less likely to get hit as long as I stay within this bamboo. So we're gonna stay within that, so we're less likely to be hit. And then who else should I move? I guess just start to bring these guys up here is a good idea. Now there's also a system in this game whereas when you have adjacent units, they become sort of this impenetrable wall. And it also makes it so that you can protect units in the back if you sort of sandwich around someone. They'll be protected from enemy attack. I've got one more move. Why don't I move this guy up? We're gonna keep the monk where he is. We're gonna move this guy up. And so I've got this nice little fortified area. Enemies cannot pass through this now. Normally you could just sort of walk right through someone, but when you've got that little highlighted area, notice it's red for me and blue for the opponent. When you've got that, that means it's an impassable area for the enemy, and it also means units can be protected from enemy attack. Okay, that is the end of my turn now. Passing it over to the blue player. Let's see what he decides to do. He picked himself a healing monk as well. He's gonna actually move forward and attack with his archer. Moving his monk forward to take a rice paddy. Moving forward to try to take control of that shrine. We're not gonna let that happen though. Because if he grabs that shrine, so there's this monk shrine here. But then there are these shrines, which are soldier shrines. Now, when you have control of a soldier shrine, which since he's haunting it right now, if it passes to his next turn and that troop is still haunting it, he will gain control of the soldier shrine, and that allows him to then use his rice resource to summon new units. I don't want him to summon new units, so we're gonna kill that guy who's haunting. And let's start off with this guy, my archer, who's got 8 attack. And 8 attack up against his, oh, that's a kill. So you can see he only has 2 defense. So the way this system works is it's the attack minus the defense is the damage. So the single banners have 6 damage that you can take. So since I have got 8 damage and he only has 2 defense, I will still do 6 damage and that will be a kill. Now notice it shows X on his banner. If I were to try to attack someone else, let's like go for this guy for example, you're gonna notice that's not enough damage for a kill. He's got 3 defense, so that would leave him with 1 HP left. But we do want to get the kill, especially of this guy who's on the shrine, so we're gonna attack him. And there's the 1-shot, 1 kill. Now we've got a skull on the ground. So this is another mechanic in this game. You can consume skulls which do 2 things. Consuming a skull will heal the unit that consumes it. It will also give them an extra tick of banner, building up to a second banner. Now, much like my general down over here, oops, I'm not trying to move him there. Much like my general down over here, who's while meditating getting an extra tick every turn until I activate him, you can also get extra ticks from consuming skulls, plus that heal. So what I'm actually gonna do here is I think I'm gonna bring this guy up who's injured, and we're gonna consume a skull with him. We're gonna eat that skull. It'll heal him up. It'll also give him an extra tick, and I can heal him even further with the monk now by using his special ability. So there it is, we're gonna get the 2 extra heal. So now if I continue to consume skulls with this particular infantry unit, he will eventually get a second banner, which will give him an extra action for a turn. Okay, so I've got 2 more actions for this turn. Let's see what I could do. I could go on the offensive, I could try to hit these guys. I wonder if I could actually kill anyone. So this guy's only got 1 defense. I would need to do 7 damage to him for a kill. But I've got no one. This guy's 5 damage, this guy's 5 damage. This guy right here could get the kill, but unfortunately he's already used his action for the turn, so I can't do that. So I'm gonna use one of my actions for this turn to actually get another rice paddy. Yeah, we're gonna control another rice paddy here. Giving us more resource in the future. And my second move, I don't even know if I want to move anyone. I think I kind of want to just keep them where they're at. So we're gonna pass the turn. There we go. I don't want to move anyone right now. Okay, so he gets his rice. He grabs himself a damage potion. Oh man, hope if he hits my archer with his archer, my archer is dead. So hopefully he... Oh no, he ate the potion, so he can't. He can't hit me. That is really good. That is quite significant right now. So I could try to kill his archer next turn. Now the concern is he's within this bamboo, which means he's got 20% less likely chance to be hit. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill him or not. Ooh, I'm gonna be able to knock this guy off the edge though. That is pretty huge actually. So I'm gonna give this a shot. We're gonna go to try to kill his archer. It will be a kill if it hits. If it hits, that's the concern right now, because I've got an 80% chance. You're gonna notice if I'm slightly out of range, that drops the chance if it's out of the red and into that orange circle. So we're gonna get a little bit closer. We're gonna get 80% because he's in bamboo. Keeping my fingers crossed. Of course it misses. Oh my lord, of course it misses. That is terrible. That is absolutely horrendous. Oh man, very upsetting. All right, well, let us, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. It's not over. I'm very frustrated, but all hope is not lost. What I'm actually gonna do is we're gonna go for a kill for this guy. I think I might have enough attacks to get the kill this turn. Alright, I just need one more. I could do it with this cavalry guy. Or I can bring this guy up. This is a tough call right now. So I can bring this guy up, it's gonna guarantee a kill, but then I'm worried about him just dying next turn. He'll probably just die to the archer next turn. Yeah, you know what? I could save him by healing him up. I think that would save him. But I think the concern now, though, will be I'm gonna lose this guy. So I've got one more move for the turn. I could either heal him with the monk, or I can use this guy to knock this guy off the edge and kill him. Those are my two options. Either get the kill from this guy, or heal him up to save him. Actually, you know what? He could get the kill no matter what, because he can move up with that guy too. So we're gonna go for this here, and I'm gonna knock this guy off the edge. Attacking him, if he stand next to that ledge, we'll knock him off, get the kill. Plus I also get the skull to consume at a future turn. And I'm gonna move him into bamboo. There we go. All right, so I'm likely going to lose this guy here. He's also just activated his general. Oh, he attacked my guy in the shrubs, getting the easy kill. But my one guy did stay alive, which is pretty huge. I'm kind of feeling the pressure right now, though. Oh, you know what? His general's right next to the edge. I think I can get the kill. I think I can win this turn by knocking his general off the edge. All right, well that was a mistake on the opponent's part. It is a computer after all, but that just goes to show you alternate way to kill the general just by knocking him off the edge. All right, so there you go. We finished a game there. You get some XP. There's this level up system. I don't believe it actually does anything other than showing your play experience with the game. You get XP as you level up, and that's it. There's also an emblem system. Let me actually quickly just touch on some of the key features of this game before we jump into anything else. So the base game, Skulls of the Shogun, has about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay in its campaign with 20 single-player missions. There's also 30 multiplayer maps within that. And the Bonafide edition, which is this upgraded edition coming to Steam, it adds a new mini campaign with 4 new levels that actually has a new progression system where you carry troops from one level to the other. That's pretty cool. Adds 6 new multiplayer maps, making for 36 total multiplayer maps. The brand new monk, the Tanuki, which is the cool little monk who can, you know, do deceitful stuff by doing teleporting and stuff like that. The Bonafide edition is also coming with developer commentary, new achievements, leaderboards, experience. It just says every battle you fight earns experience, increasing your samurai rank. Again, it doesn't look like there's anything actually with that. There's also this emblem system where playing games gets you emblems, and it's just basically, you know, it's just an emblem to show, you know, just that you've played the game a bunch, basically. There's different rarity emblems and stuff. You just randomly get them after winning matches. And there's like a system to combine emblems and things of that nature. So you know, it's whatever. It's, you know, just emblems. I don't know what to say. There's a crafting emblem system where you can forge emblems, fuse them together. But again, I don't believe it actually does anything other than showing other players your experience with the game, same as the level system. So yeah, if we hop into Versus here, there's an online thing. There's the Skulls Anywhere, which is actually this asynchronous mode that supports up to 30 concurrent games where basically players take turns going back and forth at your leisure. Skulls on the Couch if you just want to play on your home computer essentially, or on the couch I guess if you're playing in like big picture mode. And then there's Skulls Online to play against other people. You can do a player match, a ranked match, and there's quick match, join custom games, also create a new match. But yeah, just quickly I'm going to show you the Skulls on the Couch here just to show you through the different, so tons of different levels. There's different sizes. These are going to notice the S, the M, and the L for small, medium, and large. But yeah, there's how many multiplayer maps? 36 of them in total. You can do just the normal armies of 2, which is the first match that you just saw. There's also maps for armies of 3 and 4 armies. Why don't we do one of these? I mean, there's nothing really for me to show you in the campaign. The campaign is just, they take you through the different systems within this game, and it is good, and it's actually quite comical. There's a really good humor to this game, but I don't think there's any point in me showing you that. Just showing you gameplay is probably enough for you. So you can pick the general that you want. I like the red guy. I believe the only difference between the generals is aesthetic. I could be wrong though, but I haven't noticed any difference between the generals other than the way they look. Okay, so this is a 4-player match now. And this is something you could do with other people. I am just playing against the computer here, but this is something that you could do with real other people. So let me take a look at what I could potentially move to. I'm not close enough to grab those rice patties, but I can grab both those shrines. And then I can grab these 2 rice patties back here. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna grab both these shrines. The first shrine right here, this is a salamander shrine, so that's gonna summon the salamander monk for us. So in the last map we had a shrine that lets you pick the monks. That's not how it typically works. Typically there are shrines for specific monks on these maps. That's how it's been for me. That's what I've noticed in the past at least. And then we're gonna get, let me move my archers I think. This is gonna be rather interesting because I'm gonna have to keep an eye on both, you know, on both sides here. The potential, I mean, this guy can move right in and attack me right away, you know? Let me keep this guy in the shrubbery here. That's gonna be my turn. Now the great thing that I love, and one of the primary reasons that I'm playing against a computer for this video, number one, it's more reliable. I don't have to worry about people just leaving the game. But also the computers are very quick in their movements because they're not sitting there thinking about it like opponents would. So that's another reason why this is a preferred way to show you guys the game. But yeah, I gotta say, again, I played through this yesterday and all afternoon today. A lot of fun. Again, very, very action-focused, so much different from Shadowrun Returns, which is a very slow, methodical, more focused on the story. Now, again, there is a single player. In that single player, there is a story that takes place, but it takes a backseat to the gameplay. And I mean, honestly, I like Shadowrun Returns, but I think when it comes, like, I like Shadowrun Returns for experiencing the RPG-ness and the story. But when it comes to gameplay, I think this is a much more entertaining turn-based strategy game. I love the visuals of it. I love the systems, the functionality. Just there's a lot to really enjoy about this title. So I'm enjoying it. Okay, so we got ourselves a salamander there because we have control of the salamander shrine. My next plan is probably just take these. Yeah, I think my next plan is to just take these rice patties. I mean, I think that sounds like a plan. I'm not gonna worry too much about the opponents right now. They don't have any archers within range of my guys on the rice patties right now. I've got 2 more moves for the turn. I can move these guys a little bit closer to the bridge. Although the green is progressing down. This is interesting because green's progressing up in that direction. And yellow's actually progressing towards the opponent as well. Who should I hit for? Green's got a further distance to try to get to me. So I'm actually going to start to push towards yellow. Yeah, I'm going to start to push towards yellow. I think he's going to be my first attack target. I think that totally sounds like a plan. Oh, blue's taking yellow apart as well. This is good for me. He's also forced to fight on 2 fronts. Now I wonder if this is a system of the computer. I wonder if the computers typically go for each other first, or if it just happens that a random dice roll made it that way for this particular game. I don't know, it's hard to say. But I am happy that yellow is battling blue because I will soon be battling yellow. Okay. So let's take a look here. Oh no, it's green's turn now. Green's taking apart blue too. Blue is screwed. Blue is so screwed. Alright, I'll probably just do another turn or 2. I don't think you guys need to sit through this whole game. I think you have the idea of what Skulls of the Shogun is all about, and hopefully I've covered at least the bullet points here of the Bonafide edition, so you guys can know what's going on with that as well. But yeah, once again, this game definitely is getting a thumbs up for me. I think this is a really, really cool little title. Certainly going to get my seal of approval, if you will. I don't know that I'm going to be able to hit those guys through this, I don't know that I'm going to be able to hit them through this log. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't. Can I hit anyone? No, I'm not within range. Alright, well let me move my archers into position. Maybe we'll give it one more turn for me to push on yellow and see what happens, basically. I mean, these guys are within range and ready to go at any point. I should move this guy up. Move this guy a little closer too. And my one more move, we're gonna move this guy up here. There we go. All right, so we're gonna let it go through one more time, and then I'm gonna push into yellow. We'll see if we can do some damage, and then we'll probably wrap up this video. Blue activated his general. I can't believe he missed that first shot. I guess the guy was in bamboo, so it's not that surprising. But yeah, he's gonna be able to take out all of green's guys here. Oh no, he decided to eat. He's only got one more move for this turn. There we go, gets the hit. Now yellow. Is yellow gonna continue to push on blue, or does he see the encroaching threat? I mean, he must, right? How does he not notice that I am walking up to him here? Yeah, he knows it. He's pushing forward for some damage. Oh, come on. Come on, I'm in bamboo. You're supposed to miss. I am in bamboo. You should be missing here. Gosh darn it. All right, well, after green goes, let's see if we can pick apart any of blue's guys. Or yellow. One more move. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is gonna be the final turn here for this video. Let's see what we can do. We could, of course, summon someone, but that uses one of our moves for the turn, so I don't necessarily want to do that right now. I think we're gonna be looking pretty good here. Gonna hit this guy for 3. Oh, that knocked him way far back, though. That's concerning. Let me think. Could use this guy, but he's pretty injured. Could use the salamander. How many more moves do I have after this? I've got 3 more. I think that's gonna be 3 kills. Yeah. I'm gonna be able to get 3 kills here. Let me bring him back a little bit into safety, though. Okay. So we've got 3 more moves, which should be 3 more kills. Or, you know what? I don't know that I can get... I don't know that I can kill this guy. Can I? No, I can't. Oh well. Can really get a few kills at least. Those archers are gone. What is this guy's damage? 5? His defense is 2, so yeah, I don't have enough. But we can at least get this. And then I could consume... I could use a move to consume a skull. I could do it with this guy. Just for the heck of it, I guess. Alright, well there you go. That was a pretty decent turn. Pretty sure I would probably win this game because everyone else is fighting each other and I'm just building up my army. Alright guys, well that's going to do it here. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force checking out Skulls of the Shogun, the Bonafide edition. Pretty solid game. It's going to be available on the Steam Marketplace next week for $14.99. There's a 20% discount currently going though, so you can pick it up for $11.99. Besides being available on Steam through the PC, it's also available on the Xbox Live Marketplace and on Windows Phone for the Windows 8 platform, as far as I know. So there you go. Alright guys, well thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe, keep watching, and keep owning. Ha ha ha, he's still alive. Sucker. Oh no. Ha ha ha, he's still alive. Sucker. Oh no. Ha ha ha, he's still alive. What comes next? Sucker.